Hi, y'all. Welcome to Haze and Barrel Craftworks, here on the Haze and Barrel Homestead and our humble whiskey room. I'm the Alchemist. Well, it is 1 week away from Thanksgiving week. That makes this week 3 of the month of November of my month of giving thanks. We've had a couple weeks already and a few technical difficulties, but we made it to week 3. And as I pondered what am I thankful for in week 3, it's hard to thank all these folk who in the whiskey community who share their favorite whiskey. It's hard to thank my beautiful bride who does so many selfless things to make sure that I can have another bottle of whiskey here and there without thanking the distilleries themselves. And as I ponder that further, one distillery really comes to mind, mainly because, well, the owner. And this distillery is McBrayer. I don't even know where to start. Bill McBrayer is the owner of McBrayer Spirits. And I tell you what, he is a gentleman to beat all gentlemen. In my whiskey group, Bourbonado, we talk a lot about, of course, whiskeys and bourbons and the ones we like. And McBrayer has come up quite a few times. And I really wanted to get my hands on some McBrayer, but it's nowhere around here in my small town, South Dakota. Even when I head down south to the bigger city, Sioux Falls, I don't find any on the shelves. And everyone's talking about this one, and I really wanted to give it a shot, so I reached out. And it's not some marketing person or someone whose side job it is to take care of folk like me who reach out in an email. It was Bill McBrayer himself. And I was able to start a really fun dialogue with Bill, and he's an outstanding guy. And my angle to Bill was I wanted him to help me to find out where I could get a bottle of this whiskey near me. And he didn't hand me off to anyone. He didn't say, here, talk to this person or talk to that person or look for someone who uses this distributor. No, Bill helped me himself. And he helped me get a couple of bottles of Old McBrayer. And not only that, when my McBrayer showed up, I had several samples in there too, so I can try a few more offerings. And to me, that just really brings together the whiskey community. It brings together that you put all things aside and you help one another out and you share what you love and you share your passion. And this shows what kind of passion Bill McBrayer has for his whiskey, for his distillery. But not only that, for us, for someone like me, for folk out there who enjoy a good whiskey. He cares about all the folk who drink his whiskey. And that went a long way with me. So this week, I say not only thank you to the distilleries who make this fine whiskey, but thank you to Old McBrayer. Thank you to Bill McBrayer, who cares enough about all of us to make the best whiskey that he can so that we have that to enjoy ourselves. And so what I wanted to start with tonight then is I asked Bill if he would actually write me something personal about this Old McBrayer Bottle and Bond 8-year bourbon. And I kind of thought it's a long shot because you look at someone who owns the distillery and what they're willing to do, but he didn't hesitate. And he wrote me a little something here. Just about Old McBrayer, the 8-year bottle and bond, and what this expression meant to him. And he says, the Old McBrayer, now an 8-year-old bourbon, offers an entirely new depth and character that I absolutely love compared to the 6-year expression. Although I used to have the 6-year as a daily drinker. I hope to make the 8-year statement our standard for this product. And then he has at the end, Old McBrayer Bourbon, a favorite of Old Kentucky, returns. McBrayer Legacy Spirits. And I just thought that was quite kind of him to put that together for me and to send that to me so that I can have his own thoughts here tonight and share them with y'all as we try the Old McBrayer 8-year bourbon. And as you can see, yeah, I've had a little bit of this one already. It is such a good bourbon. Nice, rich color to that 8-year, and nice viscosity. I mean, this coats the glass. I mean, it's barely. I mean, it's coming down, but it's coming down slowly. I mean, that's some viscosity right there. And you can just see this rim around the top of where it's still just layered to the glass as it slowly comes down. And I gave a review of this one already to my friends in my Bourbon Auto group. And it's always interesting to me how different my nose and palate will be on another day. So I'm going to compare what I say tonight to what I left everyone in my review of this one. At 100 proof, being bottled in bond, no ethanol in the nose whatsoever. Very easy to nose. But I want to give this one a fair review, so I'm going to go in for my usual sips, and we'll see how things develop. Yeah, first thing on the palate is that delicious viscosity. Very nice. Oh, that's so good. I've got this combination right now on the palate. There's a sweetness to it. There's a nice light cherry sweetness that comes in. Yeah, that comes in with a nice smooth caramel, a nice caramel, a nice sweetness, and that caramel mixed with that cherry is so inviting. But what I like even more is there is a nice underlying delicate barrel on the palate to this. I mean, it is, and I love barrel on my whiskey. For any of y'all who tune into any of my videos in the past, I've mentioned this before, and that barrel is just there, and that's what's lingering right now on my palate is that barrel with a little bit of that caramel sweetness, but that hint of cherry in there really accentuates things. And now on the nose, And now that's opened up a little bit for me. That barrel comes through nice. And so does that caramel. And that caramel is more along the lines, I don't know if any of y'all have ever made your own caramel, but it's more along the lines of a nice homemade caramel. It doesn't have that pre-manufactured inner wrapper caramel. It's the kind of homemade caramel you make and you wrap in your own wax paper. Very inviting. And I do pick up that cherry on the nose as well. So everything that I had on my palate there the first time is all coming through on the nose nicely. And now some of that barrel is developing as well. And I get a nice, like a cinnamon nutmeg mix almost on this one. And the barrel spices. I don't get much of that on the nose. But boy, on the palate, that's good. And as it finishes, I talk about this quite a bit too. Boy, as it finishes, that caramel gets more and more buttery, which is something that I just love. But as it finishes, I get that bit of heat on the tip of the tongue that I truly enjoy. I don't know what it is. And that cinnamon comes out on the front of the palate too. The barrel is what lingers the most, and it comes up the sides of the palate really nicely. While the sweetness and a hint of that cherry is still on the top of the mid palate. The finish towards the back of the palate, all a nice, subtle barrel, just nice oakiness in there. This is just one that is I don't know, this is one that you've got to keep on your shelf. It's so easy to sip. The complexity and flavors for the price point of this bottle, I can't remember exactly, but I think it would. I know for sure it was below $80, right in that range. So very affordable bottle, right in our price point for something this complex and something this good. Oh, that's just nice. And I guess I've got to bring this to a close by saying again, cheers to a true gentleman, Bill McBrayer, to the distilleries that make our whiskey. I thank you. I thank you, Bill. Thank you for this wonderful bottle and for having whiskey be such a passion to you that you care not only about what you're putting in the bottle for us, but you care about each and every one of us as someone who buys your product. So cheers to that. Thank you for that in this week, third week of thanks in November. And as always, you all know that I love to have you coming back around. So if you would, please hit that like, subscribe, and that bell. And if you feel like it, hey, share. And please take it easy. Don't drink and drive. Cheers.